Hello, good afternoon. Now we are going to talk about the manage legal risk and comply with law. Today we are going to discuss the legal risk we are facing, our strategies to manage them, compliance action, and our approach to knowledge maintenance. So we are going to start with the legal risk. We select food safety, employment laws, liquor licensing, health and safety, contract compliance, and intellectual property. For food safety, the risk that we can face is with the food safety regulation that can lead to inborn and instant legal penalties and damage of the reputation. The impact of that is the health hazard to customer, potential lawsuit, fine, closure of the business. Compliance gap is the lack of document food safety procedures, inadequate staff training, and food handling practices. Employment laws. The risk is not compliance with employment laws such as a minimum wage, working hours, and employee rights can result in legal disputes and fines. The impact of that is lawsuits from disputed employments, financial penalties, damage to brand reputation. The compliance gap, inconsistent application of employment policies, failure to maintain accurate employment records. Now for liquor licensing, so there is the operation without a proper liquor license or violating license condition can lead to fines, closure, and legal consequences. The impact is the revocation of the liquor license, legal penalties, and loss of revenue. Compliance gap, failure to renew license on time, serving alcohol to undergraduate customers. For health and safety, the risk inadequate compliance with health and safety regulation can result in incidents, injuries, and legal liabilities. The impact for that is lawsuits from injured parties, fines, reputation of damage. Compliance gap, lack of regular health and safety inspections, insufficient emergency response procedures. Now for contract compliance, the risk is failure to comply with the contract obligation with suppliers, vendors, or landlords can lead to breach in contract lawsuits and financial losses. The impact legal disputes, termination of the contract, and financial penalties. The compliance gap, poor contract management, failure to review and update contracts regularly. Now for the intellectual property, the risk unauthorized use of copyrighted material or trademarks can result in legal action, fines, and damage of brand reputation. The impact is lawsuits from intellectual property owners, financial penalties, loss and brand's credibility. The compliance gap is the lack of awareness about intellectual property rights, unauthorized use of third-party materials. Now we are gonna see the risk management strategies. About food safety, we can implement a procedures and staff training to ensure safety standards in food handling, storage, and preparation. For implement laws, so it's good to implement update policies and maintain records to comply with employment regulation regarding employment. For liquor license, it's good to renew license and conduct ID checks to prevent underage drinking and comply with license regulations. For health and safety, it's good also conduct regular inspection and establish emergency protocols to minimize the risk to employees and customers. For contract compliances, centralize contract management and regularity, review contracts and ensure compliance with obligations. And intellectual property, we need to provide staff education and intellectual property rights and obtain proper permissions to avoid infringing, delay, or break the law. Now the compliance actions. So for food safety, we need to conduct regular inspections and maintain detailed documentation of food handling procedure and corrective actions. For employment laws, so we need to provide cohesive training on employment laws and periodically review and update employment policies. For liquor license, we need to monitor compliance with liquor license regulation and provide staff training on response of alcohol service. Now for health and safety, we need to conduct regular inspections to identify hazards and conduct emergency drills to ensure effective response. For contract compliance, we need to establish or we are establishing a management system for contracts and conduct regular reviews to ensure compliance with obligations. For intellectual property, we are providing staff education in intellectual property rights and implement monitoring procedures to prevent unauthorized use of infringe the law or break the law. And now the acknowledgement maintenance approach. We are going to start with the regular staff training that involves or is regarding to conduct regular training sessions to keep employees updated on legal requirements, company policies, and best practices. We are going to cover various topics such as compliance with laws, safety procedure, customer service standards, and policy changes. Also, we need to ensure sessions are interactive, engaging, and tailored to different departments and roles. So the next topic is the simple language and example that we need to use. So we are going to present information in a simple, easy to understand language to help employees to get the complex legal concepts. We are going to use real-life example or case of studies to illustrate practical application of legal principles in the workplace. We are going to make training materials as accessible and reliable or reachable to improve understanding and retention. Also, we are going to create online resources and updates regularly. So we are going to provide access to online resources like training modules, articles, and videos. We are going to ensure regular updates of this information. Also, we are going to foster communication and collaboration through online platforms. Now, the feedback mechanism. We are going to establish a feedback mechanism for employees to provide input, to ask questions, and raise concerns. Also, we are going to use methods such as surveys, suggestion box, or a person who is on charge of this kind of feedback collection. Now we are going to actively acknowledge and address feedback to promote open communication and continuous improvement in compliance efforts. And now to conclude, we are trying to emphasize in three important modules. That is the training sessions with interactive sessions to update employees on legal requirements, the online resources that is going to give access to training modules, articles, and videos to self-learning, and the feedback mechanism to collect employee information to promote continuous improvement. So this is everything about the presentation for today. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.